Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to talk about a new type of algo that I came across. It's got a 7 day trial, so thought I'd give it a shot and see what it was like, test it out. And it's called Pulse Algo. This is what you're looking at on the screen right now. So you can go here, I'll leave a link in the description. I'm not an affiliate or anything for these guys, so I just test them out and see what the deal was with them. I'm getting a little tired of these algos. A lot of them are very, very similar, but sometimes you find something that's really good value, like Algo Pro, which is one of my favorite of all time. So I'll leave a link in the description for this full review of Algo Pro. Value for money, it's fantastic. So I can start there. You can get Algo Pro for $112 at the moment for life, and it has everything, including back testing and like a million different settings and things. And I found it to be a very powerful and very good tool. So I use this regularly for my trades, and that's why I recommend it so highly. I know a lot of people feel the same about it as well. And so for 179, no, it's not 179, it's $112 if you use the discount code on Algo Pro. So if you go to the Algo Pro review here and click on the buy the indicator, you can also automate it and stuff as well, but I haven't tried any of that. If you go to the Algo Pro thing and then scroll down to the bottom here, they were having a special deal, but even when they're not having a special deal, it's still much more value for money. So actually it looks like $149 at the moment. So think about that, $149 for Algo Pro, and you get a lot more. And if you've watched my videos, or you can read the review here, the review doesn't even include like all the extra things they brought out in version 1.3. My point here though is that the Algo Pro system is so much better than Pulse Algo, not just for like accuracy, but also for pricing. So that's where I thought I'd start with this review, is the pricing. So you can see you get the free trial, which is good, but it's only 7 days on Pulse Pro. And then Pulse Pro monthly is $57 a month, $139 quarterly, or $500 a year. So compare that to the $149 you can get Algo Pro for, this one, Algo Pro. Then you can get so much more for your money. So in order to justify this Pulse Algo over Algo Pro, it would have to be a much better system, right? So you'd have to actually, there'd have to be some advantages, like it has to be more accurate, or it has to have more advanced tools, or more customizability, or something. So I thought I'd just compare them, and there isn't really a comparison, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So check out my Algo Pro review, because I think that's something you'll really like. Algo Pro is my favorite. Check out Nate Bear Profit Surge Trader if you're looking for a good alerts service where it's a swing trade every week. Sometimes there's 2 or 3. These have been really good. Goes through some hot periods, some cold periods like any service, but currently I've been doing videos showing 40% gains on trades that he's just really been knocking out of the park again. In quarter 1 he didn't have a single losing trade, which was amazing. Quarter 2 has been a little bit more up and down, and it's still one of my favorite services of all time. This guy turned 37,000 into 2.7 million in 4 years, so this guy really knows his stuff. Definitely come and check out my full review and track record of Nate Bear Profit Surge Trader if you're looking for a swing trading options service with some education in there as well. So definitely check that out. Again, that'll be in the description below as well. Let's get into the algo, which is this one. It's Pulse Algo. It's what you're seeing on TradingView right here. You can see some of the signals on the 1 minute chart here on SPY, and they look pretty average, right? Like they're not exceptional in any way. You can see buy signal here didn't really work. The sell signal sort of worked a little bit. Buy signal worked. Sell was a real duff signal right there. Really wasn't particularly good. So this is, though, not that different from Algo Pro in terms of like there's in a choppy market and short time frames you'll get kind of signals that don't work that well. So 1 minute's not particularly fair to look at for a lot of these things. Often as you go up in time frame, they'll get a little bit better. So here's like the 1 hour chart, and you can see that you're getting some good signals here. Sell signal, buy, sell, buy. So these are starting to work. Here's what I found weird though, and this has really put me off. Notice that there's no signals up around this period. In fact, the last buy signal was on the 31st of May. So according to this, there was no 1 hour signals in the entire month of June, and we're on the 19th of June now. But watch as I start to zoom in. What happened, at least, as you start to go into the daily chart here, so if you hit 1 day, suddenly, if we go to the 1 hour 1 day here, let's see, 1 hour, yeah, so suddenly there's more, actually, never mind, I think, yeah, It's weird, right? So there's only one 1 hour signal for the whole of June, which is pretty bad, right? That's not good at all. So if we go to the 5 day, you can see that the signals are not particularly accurate either. So we've had one really good signal. So overall, like just eyeballing it, you don't even need to run extensive backtests. Just eyeballing it, you can see that the signals are not that accurate in general. But there's also really a lack of signals as well. Now, one setting that they do have, and they have very limited features, which is another reason I don't think this is really worth the price, is that you can have this auto thing. So basically there's an auto mode where it's supposed to optimize for the particular time frame. You can see the short term is 1 minute to 2 hours. We're on the medium time frame at the moment, so we could set this to like this one, and you'll see the signals change, but they haven't changed for the better, right? That cell dropped down to there, which is a worse place to sell than when it was up here. So this is on the 5 minute chart, and the short term is supposed to be 1 minute to 2 hours. So if we look at those signals, if we go to the 30 minute, this changes, and in some ways it starts to look better even though we're on a 5 minute chart. So I'm not convinced that these simply auto settings are actually helping that much to optimize that. So that's kind of one of their selling points. So rather than having to adjust the sensitivity and the precision or multipliers, it's called in other systems like Lux Algo or Algo Pro, this is supposed to make it so you don't have to change these settings. But what I'm finding is that's not really helping that much. You do get exit signals, which is nice, so you can see these little exit signals here, but a lot of the other ones have that too. And so there's very little in here that really is helpful. So there's extension zones, Algo Pro and Lux Algo, they all have this type of thing where you have the extension zones where you can predict reversals or bounces. Those seem to work just fine, but you can also get those for free elsewhere too. So there's nothing really, proprietary here from what I can tell. The adaptive support and resistance doesn't really help much either. Again, there's tools like this available for free or on Algo Pro and other services as well. The support and resistance here, it might be interesting, but it doesn't seem like it's something that's like really that helpful, especially if it's lagging before it puts in the lines, right? So really, that's all there is to it. It's a really simple system, and that would be fine if it actually gave really accurate signals. But I've been struggling to find signals that actually work really well in this. I mean, on the longer time frames, but you're only getting, if you look at the scale down the bottom here, on the 4 hour time frame, you're only getting one buy signal from November 2023. That lasted all the way to here in April 2024. So months and months. You can see the months down here: November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So this is not super helpful. And again, they're not actually that good. You can see this is kind of a fake out. This is kind of a fake out. Sure, we had a nice sell down here, but so it's still good. Like, it still works, but it's not. There's nothing special. It certainly doesn't justify the increase in cost over things like Algo Pro. And I guess that's kind of was a disappointment for me. If we put it on the daily chart, that's usually the best. So let's see what it does on the daily SPY. So you can see what we need to do, remember, is go into here and change this to longer term. So make sure we do that to get the best results. And not much changed. So to me, this is actually a worse chart on the daily than most of the other ones that I've seen, like Algo Pro and Lux Algo. Like, this buy is a fake out. This sell's pretty good. This buy's pretty good. So it works. It's just not. It's not significantly better, if at all better, than some of the much cheaper indicator systems. And I think that's my biggest problem with it, is the cost, because the cost isn't insignificant. It's not expensive, but again, for quarterly, you can almost get the full Algo Pro for the same price. So that's what kind of my biggest issue. See, for lifetime for this Pulse Pro is $847. So a lot more than the Algo Pro. And you really aren't getting any more for your money. In fact, I would argue you're getting a lot less. Because if you look at Algo Pro, I'll put it up really quick. So let's just get rid of Pulse Algo, because I really don't have much more to say about Pulse Algo. It's so simple that it's kind of just, it's just not worth the money. So if we go to Algo Pro version 1.3, which is not my favorite version because it's so complex, but it gives you an idea, like, for comparison, I guess, of what Let's see if it'll load up here. There we go. Okay, so if I click on the Algo Pro version 1.3, look at how many other things there are here. You can start scrolling down. There's all this extra stuff, like it goes on and on and on, which I don't particularly like, but you're getting more signals, more filtering, much more customizable strategies, like just tons of stuff. This goes on and 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 on. And so you get backtesting in here, you get all this stuff, which is really cool if you've got time to go through it and backtest different strategies and things. And overall, it's just a much, much better system. And you can see the signals aren't different really, they're very similar to what the other algo was giving, at least on this particular setting. But you can of course customize that. But you can see there's backtesting down here, there's all this other stuff, dashboard. It's just a better system overall. None of these algo systems are perfect. And you should never just use them like straight out of the box on default settings. You should definitely tailor them to your own strategies, your own needs. Test things, add in your own confluences with different oscillators or whatever as well. But overall, my very short-lived review of Pulse Algo is it's not worth paying this extra premium for something that's not significantly better. And in fact, I'd argue you get far less for your money. So that's my review of Pulse Pro Algo. Hopefully it's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.